Yo, Big D here with a Super Bowl 57 little recap on the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. Before I tell you about another crazy Super Bowl in Glendale, Arizona, please subscribe, like, and share the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. We can see all my content. Ooh. Boy, it was fun uploading videos for this Super Bowl, and this game did not disappoint. Also, check out the Big D podcast for all your audio listeners on Spotify and Apple. We'll be back with more Super Bowl recaps and all kinds of other videos. But ooh, I don't know what it is with Super Bowl in Glendale, Arizona, but there have been 3 Super Bowls in Glendale, and each one has been an instant classic with plays decided in the last minute and a half, 50 or so. But the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl by beating the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35. And be honest, the way I see this, the way I look back on this game, I think this game was a roller coaster because if you look at how the first half went, the Philadelphia Eagles dominated every aspect. If you look at how the second half went, the Kansas City Chiefs dominated every aspect. And it was a roller coaster of momentum, roller coaster of plays, adjustments, great play calls, aggressiveness, creativity, and a little controversy. All that's good during Super Bowl Sunday, but I mean, if you look, I mean, before the game, the two big question marks were one, how healthy was Pat Mahomes, and two, how healthy was Jalen Hurts? Well, both guys looked just fine to me. I mean, despite Mahomes getting nicked up, he looked like he was moving around pretty well, making throws at him. But to me, Jalen Hurts was unbelievable in that first half. I mean, despite the fumble given Kansas City 7 points with that Nick Bolton fumble return, and I was really impressed with how healthy that Jalen Hurts looked, how well he moved the ball, how he controlled the game, not just with his arm, but with his legs. I mean, Jalen Hurts set a Super Bowl record with 70 rushing yards tonight. He broke the late Steve McNair's quarterback rushing yardage record from Super Bowl 34 against the then St. Louis Rams in the Georgia Dome. But I mean, I really enjoyed how Jalen Hurts played, especially early, making big throws, and it seemed like every third and one, fourth and one, everybody in the stadium knew the Eagles were going to basically get behind Jalen Hurts and just shove him forward. And the Chiefs knew it was coming, the Eagles knew it was coming, and there was nothing Kansas City could do. Jalen Hurts, to me, low body wise, is the strongest running quarterback I can see. There have been faster quarterbacks, there might have been bigger quarterbacks, but no quarterback powers, but no quarterback possesses the leg strength that Jalen Hurts can. I mean, he was scoring, what, 600, 700 pounds at Alabama. I mean, only two players in NFL history, Super Bowl history, have rushed for 3 touchdowns in a game. Terrell Davis did it 25 years ago against the Packers for the Denver Broncos, and Hurts tonight. I mean, throw for 300, lead the team, Eagles in rushing with 70 yards, because the running back wise, I mean, Philly's a great running team. And the Eagles, outside Hurts, did nothing running the ball. I mean, Miles Sanders looked like he would spend more time at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Gainwell and Scott, I mean, it was basically Hurts doing everything tonight, but unfortunately, everything was not enough. I mean, maybe the Eagles spent too much time listening to Rihanna at halftime, but I mean, Philly started the game really well, really, really well. I mean, both teams scored a touchdown opening drive, and then AJ Brown caught a deep pass. Then Nick Bolton returned a fumble. Then Jalen Hurts scored another rushing touchdown. Then the Eagles ended the half with a field goal, and then coming out of halftime. It seemed like the two teams swapped positions. The Chiefs became more physical. Isaiah Pacheco started to run the ball more. Mahomes started to get in the ball, finding Juju. And Andy Reid really evolved in the second half, as I'll explain later. Then the Eagles responded with a 17-play drive, but only getting 3. And then Andy Reid just toyed with the Eagles first with a 5-yard pass with Kadarius Toney goes in motion, then runs back, and then scores his touchdown. Hill of a score, and then Sky Moore with basically the same play, just on the opposite end zone, gets in motion, scores his touchdown. Hill of a score, and then Jalen Hurts, of course, shocker. Jalen Hurts running another touchdown, 2-point conversion, and then I'll talk about later at the end of the game where the Chiefs basically kicked not quite a walk-off field goal, but almost a walk-off field goal. And then the Eagles needed like a Stanford band play, couldn't get it. And then the Chiefs won the game 30-35. And Pat Mahomes is Super Bowl MVP again. But this was a great game. I mean, might be not quite overreaction Monday. We'll see whether it's the top Super Bowl of all time, but it's got to be up there, right? But for Kansas City, I mean, the first half was awful, particularly on defense. They could not stop Jalen Hurts one eye. Oh no, I mean, the only break the Chiefs got was that one fumble which Nick Bolton scored. Otherwise, Kansas City basically did nothing. Couldn't really pressure Hurts. Couldn't stop his plays. Let AJ Brown and Devontae Smith get going. I feel like the Eagles should have gotten both those guys involved more. I mean, AJ Brown got 100 yards, caught 6 for 96 and a touchdown. Devontae Smith went 7 for 96 and a touchdown. But I feel like the Eagles could have gotten those guys involved more. And Philadelphia didn't run the ball tonight, which seemed odd, but Hurts was phenomenal. Everybody's saying, well, Jalen Hurts can't play in the big game. You could all get Jalen Hurts for a good chunk of that game outplayed Mahomes. Just that Mahomes played one of the best second halves of it, maybe the best second half of his career. But I mean, we saw the play with Mahomes after Philly went up 21-14, where he reactivated that ankle, and I'm sure Chief fans were thinking, "Oh no, is Mahomes done?" Nah, Mahomes was just getting warmed up, and then the Chiefs ended up getting 24 second half points. 24. Andy Reid with the best coaching job, with the best second half coaching job of maybe his career tonight. I mean, getting the ball out fast, using creativity, using the running game, which I mean, Andy Reid has been known as a throwing coach, and yet the Chiefs ran the ball for like 150 some odd yards. Isaiah Pacheco will provide a little bit of punch, a little bit of power that the Chiefs have lacked in recent times because everybody thought, oh, the Chiefs are this this fun offense with Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill. Tonight, Kansas City needed to put on his big boy pants up against a great defensive line. And by the way, the Eagles led the NFL with 70 sacks during the regular season. They were close to breaking like the combined regular season and postseason sack record that the 84 Bears set. 84 and 85 Bears totaled like 162 sacks, and Philly almost broke the record. Well, not only did Kansas City not allow a sack that, they really didn't allow many pressures, especially in that second half. I mean, the Chiefs' offensive line was pitiful when they played the Bucks just up the road here 2 years ago, and the Chiefs spent a lot of money, a lot of draft picks in getting an offensive line. And tonight, the Chief offensive line was magnificent. They gave Mahomes time to throw and open up big holes, particularly for Pacheco. And those second half adjustments were Andy Reid basically getting Tony and Sky Moore open, because Tony and Sky Moore didn't really have big games, but they made big plays because Andy Reid is such a coaching genius. And you get inside in the red zone, Mo knows what's going to happen. Remember the play where they did the dipsy do with Mahomes running around here, and then even tonight, a little dipsy do with like linemen turning the wide receivers. Andy Reid is such a coaching genius, and even though Nick Sirianni was more aggressive in that first half, Andy Reid won the game with his mind, creativity, and play call. Calling, getting Juju in point. I'm like, Juju needed a big game, and he called several key passes because the Chiefs were not going to win if Travis Kelce was Kansas City's only playmaker. And how about Kadarius Toney? Because not only did he catch the touchdown to put Kansas City ahead in the fourth quarter, he almost became the only guy to return a punt return for a touchdown in the Super Bowl. That'd be some history that Tom Brady couldn't even set. But it set Kansas City up in a great spot. It looked like Philly might even come up with a huge goal line stand, and then Mahomes finds Sky Moore for another touchdown. But the Eagles responded, and I know what everybody's going to say. What do you think about the holding call on third down at just past 2-1? I think it was a terrible call. It's not holding, especially last 2 minutes of Super Bowl. I don't think it's holding. I mean, I'm not sure Bradbury's doing a lot wrong there, but you know, I'm sure Philly fans are disappointed that a call that penalty was not made, because you give Jalen Hurts a minute and 40 seconds, one timeout, down three. I want to see what he'll do. Could he be the next Philly hero? I mean, I like his chances, especially with how the Eagles offense looked tonight. I mean, they racked up almost 36 minutes time of possession, put up more yards. But we'll never know, because when the Eagles got the ball back, they were they basically no time left. I think the clock showed 6 seconds. Not going to do much with 6 seconds unless you're the Stanford band, or maybe the Miami Dolphins with the Miami Miracle. But to be honest, Pat Mahomes is unbelievable. I mean, in 5 years as a starting quarterback, he's been in 5 AFC championship games, 3 Super Bowls, two MVPs, won 2 Super Bowls, and in both those games, he was MVP. Not bad. And how about this? I think he's doing. How about a list? I think it's either multiple Super Bowl and a multi. It's a very prestigious list. I think it's just 3 guys who have won multiple MVPs and multiple MVPs, Super Bowl MVPs, and rings. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, and Pat Mahomes. Let's see. Maybe the GOAT? the GOAT before him and the GOAT in the NFL right now. Not bad. Not bad. And I mean, Pat Mahomes, what, only 27 years old? He's already won 2 rings with Andy Reid, Travis Kelsey there. I think if I'm a wide receiver, I want to play with that guy. I want to go play with Patty Mahomes. I mean, he's already got a couple. I mean, this game was so much fun to watch. I mean, it was. I mean, one thing only bad thing about this game was that the grass was pitiful. It seemed like everybody was slipping. It almost looked like a slip and slide. They might have been better playing. I mean, the grass was better when the Cowboys and Packers played the ice ball 50 some odd years, well, 50 some odd years ago. But congratulations to Kansas City Chiefs, Chiefs Kingdom for another Super Bowl. And sorry, but they were fly Eagles fly. But the future is bright for Jalen Hurts, and with 2 ones, the Eagles are not done. I mean, with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, this Eagle team's not going away. I mean, the NFC is devoid. I mean, is not chock full of top quarterbacks. So the Eagles could very well end up in Las Vegas next year. But it's Chief Kingdom right now, and you've got to knock the Chiefs out of their castle. So thanks for a crazy game, and, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.